It was a jail takedown caught on tape. And tonight, that tape is proving very costly to one county. 7 investigator Ross Jones is here now with the story of the deputies who one man says brutally beat him. Ross?
Stephen, good evening. None of the cops involved in the scuffle we're about to show you have ever been disciplined for their behavior. In fact, the only ones who will really have to pay a price will be taxpayers.
There's a core number of officers that are bad. The majority are good, but those bad officers and sheriffs and deputies are the ones that cost counties lots of money.
And good or bad, a group of deputies in Genesee County will cost taxpayers a small fortune. They'll be writing a check to this man, Fernando Davis, who says the same cops who jailed him also beat him unconscious.
To be beaten like that, no, nobody should ever be beaten.
In 2009, Davis drank and got behind the wheel. He says he deserved to be arrested that night, but once inside the county jail, he says cops acted more like criminals. Surveillance cameras from that night tell the story. Davis was first brought here to a holding cell with other inmates, but after a few minutes and without explanation, he was moved into his own isolation cell. Once inside, he appears to be listening to officers. It's hard to tell if he's talking because the cameras recorded no audio. After a few seconds, Davis steps forward, putting his hands against the wall, when suddenly deputies swarm him, forcefully taking Davis to the ground. In reports and testimony, they would later acknowledge pepper spraying him and delivering hand and knee strikes to his body, saying Davis was resisting them. Fernando Davis sued in federal court, and now Genesee County has agreed to settle the case for $630,000. As part of the settlement, the Sheriff's Department admits no wrongdoing.
The check and the amount explains that they know they did something wrong, but they'll never admit it. I guarantee the officers will not be reprimanded and nothing will happen to them. But it will help the next person, I think, because it shows there's a pattern and practice of this going on.
Davis has undergone a series of surgeries since the altercation with deputies. He walks with a cane, and he's just entered treatment for neck pain. Attorney Dan Romano says he's confident he would have prevailed had the case gone to a jury, but Davis's medical bills were piling up, and he didn't have time to wait.
So the deputies who did this are still there?
Absolutely.
They've admitted no wrongdoing?
None at all. Denied it, actually.
What have you accomplished with this settlement?
These officers now have a blight on their record that is more than just, this guy said this and we were sued. This guy said this, we were sued, and the county paid $630,000.
Oh, my. Genesee County Under Sheriff Chris Swanson said he had no comment on the recent settlement. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.